10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbees turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for Game 2, Newbee versus MVP Phoenix. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Drascal. The draft is underway. The ban so far, Bounty and I are taken away by Newbee. MVP removed the Marana from the mix. Game 1. It was a Huskar game. We're not going to see that again, are we, Andy?
10 seconds remaining.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Newbees turn.
I mean, I think if it's either going to be picked in first phase or it's going to be banned in second phase. I think that's most likely what the down low will be. Interesting MVP ban heroes that they themselves are playing in the first game. I think it's because
that's weird.
The lack of success with the Marana and Newbee being able to play the Oracle so well. Like Kaka played a great Oracle that game.
He saved so many people from the Marana jumping. It literally made the game feel like the Marana was doing nothing in terms of damage in the team fights because Kaka was always there to save the cause.
MP was probably quite frustrated in that match, and rightfully so. I'm assuming a different approach here. Do MVP want to get their hands on the Slardar? We know that Newbee took it away from them last game. They gave it to KP. I would like to see MVP play something a little bit more aggressive. Maybe they felt like the slower paced game with the Naga Siren Coddle just wasn't really working for them as well. Okay, they're going to get the Void.
MVP's turn to pick.
I mean, Void's always a solid hero in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and a versatile one at that as well. You know, 2 places you can put it.
It's pretty much picked in the same way that Marana is picked, and the one that you don't actually know what it's going to be doing. And this is a classic, the old Elder Titan Faceless Void opening here from MVP. Most of the time, Ogre is actually seen as the hero that is picked against Elder Titan in the laning phase because you're just so good at trading hits and you're so good at forcing pressure on the lanes. But MVP are feeling confident, and we know that more than anything else, MVP. They're the type of team who have some ridiculously good coordination between their players. Like, look at the gank that they executed on Hao in the safe lane in game number 1. Like, who ganks like that? That was just nasty. So if they can do that, I'm expecting to see some big things out of this ET Void combo.
Ooh, a hero that's been getting banned a lot. Newbee.
Newbee are just...
They want it, and they get its second pick.
You know, if you want to make a comparison of what Newbee are doing in this series, you could go back to, like, 6.83. And Troll Warlord and Juggernaut and Sniper. That's what Newbee are doing right now. They're just picking like all the stuff that is just so frustratingly good
5 seconds remaining.
That you kind of just tilt playing against it. You know what I mean? But I mean they're here for a reason, and Newbee are making their comeback in the group stage for a reason as well.
I mean, do you ban Kaka's Oracle? It was so good. And obviously something that works very nicely with the Auk as well. Just being able to pretty much make him unkillable in the mid-game team fights.
I mean, it's possible that you don't want to have to deal with that.
MVP's
but I think that with the Marana being banned, maybe they won't pick Oracle. Maybe they'll pick a different support for him. I'm not sure. I mean, Shadow Demon is still in the pool as well, and that's up against a Faceless Void, which I feel like is a really good pairing because the Alchemist Illusions are very strong when Chemical Rage is on. You know, you get the armlet going, the Radiance and whatnot, and then you also have that Chrono Peel that you desperately want when you're playing against a Void.
What about heroes like Morphling as well for Hao? You know, running in the lineup alongside Alchemist, something a lot of Chinese teams like to do. Are you scared about something like that if you're MVP?
It's a... You mean, do they want to ban it?
Because do MVP want to ban it?
It's a very farm-hungry team if Newbee were to pick Alchemist and Morphling. I'm not going to put it past them, but yeah, you were right. They are going to take out the Oracle.
Understandably so as well. The performance from Kaka last game was absolutely flawless, and
Yeah, he was
NewB, they're going to be the ones to ban the Huskar.
They
Making sure that MVP don't do it. Now that is a hero that I feel like we just have not seen that much of this group stage. It is not the go-to offlaner anymore.
I think I've seen it once outside.
Yeah,
of this game.
it's been very far and few between whatever the phrase is. Darks is.
Words, Darkseer.
I don't need words.
He's still good. I think it's a lot to do with the fact that you know the prevalence of Oracle was a big reason why the Darkseer wasn't picked up so much, just his ability to completely counter you. Because more than anything, even if Darkseer can farm the jungle, what you want to do is you want to pressure the safe lane really hard. And Oracle just makes that impossible. So now that it's taken out of the pool, I think we're going to see potentially, you know, Forev having a much bigger impact in the actual lane than being forced to go jungle, and then the supports of NewBee being able to do whatever the heck they want, because it seems like a constant theme to me that NewBee supports just always perform very well. Like between Kaka and Chuan, those guys are just, they're owning every game.
Yeah, I mean as well, you know, the Ogre Magi, I would rather see Chuan play something like the Lion or the Disruptor. But I mean, when don't you feel he can just get more done? But then I don't know how likely it is that Kaka then plays the Ogre. Like, I guess it is going to be Chuan Ogre, but Lion Disruption, incredibly strong supports that Chuan could just absolutely excel on.
Yeah, I really like Lion. I think that NewBee are probably one of the few teams who can get away with that hero. This is a classic counter pick.
Yeah, and I guess this is what the KP Nix.
Yeah.
That we saw early against Secret. It was KP, wasn't it, who played against Secret?
Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be there's going to be a KP Nix, and more importantly, it's probably one of the better 1v1 heroes against Darkseer. So now,
is that the lane matchup you're looking for if you're NewBee then? You want to have that.
It's just it's a possibility now.
Yeah.
So NewBee can say to themselves, okay, if we get this 1v1, we're okay with it. The Nyx can actually win that lane if he plays well. And now we've also given ourselves the chance to go aggressive, depending on what MVP Phoenix are going to be running as their safe lane. So as we've seen Darkseer, and we've seen Void, we can deduce the fact that Void is probably going to be a core, and it's probably going to be safe lane. So if that's the case, and then you want to lane against the Void and go aggressive with your Ogre Magi, you already have one really good aggressive support because he's just so tanky. He can be in your face. He can disrupt the farm of the Void. And then NewBee can go back and pick something like, you know, you want to pick Juggernaut or something, some fighting core. You can do that as well.
MVP. I mean, this is MVP. This is
MVP.
The MVPA.
This is. I mean, I'm not going to doubt MVP because in the past I've seen them pick stuff that I feel is questionable.
This is going to be what PA mid against the out.
It's either
Void safe lane, Seer off lane.
I think it's probably going to be PA mid. But
remaining.
It's something that can freely CS even with Acid Spray. A lot of melee heroes struggle with that. And MVP Phoenix, as far as I know, are not a Dragon Knight team, which is also one of the other heroes that you see commonly picked up against Alchemist because you can just sit in the spray and it doesn't matter. But it's an MVP special for sure. And Ion Shell plus PA is nothing to shake a stick at. It's still very, very scary to deal with.
MVP's
Dazzy D. Okay, so obviously we talked about maybe getting an Oracle to help with the Alchemist was taken away. NewBee, take the next best thing.
Yeah, it's in response to the Elder Titan. So Elder Titan reduces base armor, Weave gives you plus armor. It's a very simple concept. It just makes your heroes tanky, where otherwise, if the Spirit's on you, you kind of just explode to Phantom Assassin's damage. Because one crit when you have low armor and you're just dead. So this is pretty much a response to that. It gives you good sustain as well. I'm not sure if they're going to go back for the Juggernaut or if they're going to go for something a little bit more push-oriented, like maybe...
Newbee's turn to bat.
I wouldn't even hate Luna, to be honest, or Weaver. Those heroes are both pretty solid in this situation. Like, Luna's more for the push, and then Weaver's more for, you only have one catch for me, and you're probably going to want to Chrono Alch. So there's multiple ways that NewBee can play this, and I think the team that has more flexibility during the last pick usually has a draft advantage, so I'm kind of liking what NewBee are doing right now.
What is the pick here for NewBee?
I mean, there's a lot of things they could pick.
There's How Jug, How Spec, How Morphling.
Weaver as well.
It's all there. Oh, it's the Gyro, another new Okay, I said I wanted to see this early against Secret.
Right.
We're getting the How specials today. How Spectre early as he brought a new hero in, and How Gyro now as he does it again. Oh, I love the gyro, Andy. I was asking for this before.
And we said it was the one hero we were surprised out of the 10 that are left that just weren't picked.
Yeah, it was going to be picked, and it was going to be Hal. You could have put a crap ton of money on that.
How is he going to do this to us?
How? He is a new hero, boy. Same day, 2 series, 2 new heroes. How gyro? We are in for a spectacle, that is for sure. Let's see if MVP have the answer. The very quick, obviously, final pick, Spirit Breaker.
10
PA.
seconds remaining.
This is going to be quite a game. That's for sure. I
5
can see a lot of
seconds
fighting happening this match.
Oh yeah,
There's
going to be some battling.
Oh, gyro.
Like, you don't pick Darkseer SP to not fight heroes.
Who the hell's Mick?
I don't know, but apparently he's broken, so
What
they're
a
gonna
douche.
they're gonna fix him.
Highest net worth at the end. Oh,
If you don't pick
gotta go with Hal.
what over an
What?
alchemist?
Oh yeah, good point. Thanks,
You
Andy.
crazy?
You're safe. Will there be a teleport cancelled by a stun? I said yes last game. I was wrong.
I would say with Spearbreaker, it's more likely.
Dude.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Andy. Saving my compendium points. Smoke kills.
At 25.
There's
3 to
never really
5.
that many. Yeah.
I'd say 3 to 5.
First triple kill.
Gyro?
I think Hal.
Yeah, I think Gyro. I
Yeah,
mean, he's the hero who has the biggest spread damage
Yeah.
and the highest likelihood of getting, quick kills in succession. So
Alright.
that would be my guess.
Wow. This is some. This is kind of this is the old school draft, and this is the
Yeah.
new school draft.
But there's one really cool thing about Gyro that I wanted to mention before we get into the game, and they paused anyway. So
Yeah, let's do it.
the matchup against PA is oftentimes really hard for a lot of the cores that are picked nowadays because you don't have any magical damage that you can deal, and evasion just crushes during the early game because you have 50% chance to miss, right? You're like permanently affected by Drunken Haze. So when you have Gyrocopter who just uses Rocket Barrage to deal the majority of his early game damage, you never really want to blink on the Gyro. And because you can't blink on the Gyro, it means you can't actually kill him either. You can just throw daggers, which is annoying, but is not actually going to kill. Plus, the magical burst versus a PA who naturally doesn't want to build a super early BKB is really nice, and understanding that MVP want to play a fast tempo game, having this crazy magical burst and another hero who can kind of create more space for Moo on the Alchemist instead of play a more farm heavy hero like, we were mentioning Jug and Weaver and Spectre and stuff. Those heroes all eat a bit more farm, I think, than what Hal wants to actually get this game. I think he wants to be more involved in fighting and teleporting around the map and making things happen. So I like Newbee's approach. Not to say that MVP's heroes aren't capable of winning. I think that Spirit Breaker and Darkseer is one of the strongest early game combinations because you can just force so many reactions from the enemy. And there's only really one strong support, and that's the Alk. Dazzle he's okay, but you're not going to trade with a Spirit Breaker with an Ion Shell on. You're going to get punched, and that's not great. So MVP are the ones who are going to be playing some relatively fast-paced Dota.
Aye.
Hey.
But at the same time, I mean, if MVP aren't able to play, as you said, as fast-paced as they want to, how much trouble are they in if they start falling behind Newbee? Like, do they still have a chance with this kind of lineup, or is it very crucial that they crush the start? Get the fuck out!
What is that statue?
Classic Newbee.
I like that. Dude, it's got 22 commends.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mine has like 6.
That's a fair few people that GTFO'd.
Yeah, he's
Look
out.
at that, Febby. Best hero in the game.
He's not wrong.
Wow.
He's not wrong.
What does this one say for OD? Worst hero in the game. Oh, 6.8 sucks in China pub.
I actually no, I did play.
That is the face of someone that's just. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a feels bad right there.
Have you ever played a China pub?
Yeah, I played a
Did
few
you?
when we
Yeah.
were in Shanghai.
Yeah.
It was an experience. I mean, the thing about China pubs is that everybody tries super hard, even if they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's like I hate you, you suck, and then you smoke gank with that guy who just called you an idiot, and then you try to kill people.
But how do you know what they're saying? Do they not speak in like Chinese?
Well, sometimes I type in broken English. But I mean, for me, I didn't try really to communicate that much when I was there. I only played like 3 or 4 games.
Did you win?
I think I went 50%. I think I
That's
won
not
2
bad.
and lost 2.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I've won every game here in NA. It's great.
Really?
I'm like, what was it? Yeah, 3k EU, 4k NA.
All right.
There we have it.
Did you gain 1,000 MMR since you've been here?
No, I was like right on the border.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
I was like 3-9-5, and then I won 2 games thanks to NA. Even though there was a lot of angry people in my pubs, they weren't very happy. But it's all right, we won, and I made them apologise at the end.
You made them apologize.
Yeah.
How do you make somebody in Dota apologize?
I just kept typing EU strats in all chat every time I killed someone.
All right.
And
You just
they-
asserted the EU dominance over them.
Well,
and
they
they had no choice.
Well, they apologised for my retardedness, so not really the apology I guess you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried your best, though.
Let's see if MVP are able to try their best here. After being Huskard in Game 1, trying something a little bit different draft-wise. Game 2 and so's Newbee. How? Ready to give us a bit of a spectacle on his gyrocopter. There wasn't a how. There was obviously a how spec set. There's not a how gyro set, is there? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, look at that. He's wearing his own autographed atomic ray thrusters. Look at that.
30 seconds to
Autographed
battle.
by Hal. Why not? He's only destroyed 28 towers, though. What a scrub. Come on, Hal.
That was last year's Immortal, right? Yeah, 25.
Yeah, this was last year. He's got the golden ones, of course.
Of course.
Very pretty.
That's right, because last year, last TI, I opened the box and I got the golden AM bashers in the first box.
Did ya?
Yeah. And then I never opened another one because that's all I wanted.
Oh, here we go. Sprays down, move, looking for the rune. Is he gonna get it? Oh, baby!
What a stomp. He might be dead, though.
He certainly might be. They got to try to slow him down. Oh, Febo. He gets out. What a play. What a stomp. What a baller.
Yeah, what a legend. At least Moo didn't skill Greed.
I did it for the team.
Because when you skill Greed and then you don't get the rune, then you don't have Acid Spray at level 1, life is not great. So Moo's going to be maybe a little bit unhappy with the way that things kind of change.
Hey, he's got Twan with him though to secure himself a bit of early farm against QO. And well, let's have a look at the other lanes. Top lane KP, and the off lane Nyx Assassin. MP's on the safe lane Void. Doobie's going to come up at the moment for the time being to help him. We'll see where Febby heads on the Elder Titan. Probably see if he goes either down towards bottom or top. It's going to be TP to mid, trying to help QO in these early stages of the game. But bottom lane, of course, for Rev. Off lane Darks here. How safe lane Gyro, supported up by Kaka on the Dazzle.
And so far, it doesn't really seem like too crazy of lanes. I have to say, though, I feel like Dubu might have a little bit of a harder time finding anything in the laning phase. Like right now, he just skilled level 1 Bash, and he's gonna walk around with his Orb of Venom and try to harass KP. But I don't really see how he dies unless it's just like bashbros.com.
Oh,
that
that absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. All the bashes up top. How's his mid lane CS going? 3 for 2, 3 for 2. Both boys finding some. QO and Moo. Keeping it on par. QO actually coming in, giving it some to Moo. Moo's going to turn around and give him an old punch back with the fist. Bubby will be there, of course, to back up any other aggression from Moo. Should be a stomp, it's a fair bit of damage. Moo's got to be careful, and he's already used his salve in the lane. He's only got one pull tango and a fairy fire. So, actually, yeah, he's going to have to buy another salve and get it out. So
he bought 2 selves.
Yeah. He's got to be careful, Moo. He's certainly feeling the pain of this QO Febby combination.
I thought that he would actually buy a stick.
He might actually be dead. Moo! Fairy fire is not going to save your ass if QO comes in and gives you a tickle. He needs another tickle and he's done it. QO gets to the first blood. Fairy fire as well. He's going to live. QO punishing Moo there. He needs help, QO.
No.
Sanctioned by the order.
That was worth. Definitely worth.
Hey, good job that Kaka was there. Able to redeem the mid lane situation a little bit. Fairbeat gave himself a free regen. Chuan looking to soak up the XP in the farm mid. Here comes Moo back to lane. At the same time, QO returns as well. See Moo, understandably, probably play a little bit safer. Yeah, he's indeed, as you said, got 2 salves ready for the next time, so I expect to not see him hang around on as low HP. Looking at the safe lanes, MP on the Void.
Charge mid.
Oh, indeed. Let's hold that thought, Moo. Let's see if the 2 salves save him.
Oh, Jesus.
He's, yes.
Oh, my God. All right.
Yeah, that's a dot.
Good game, well played.
Oh, dear.
Okay, the chances of that happening are like astronomically low.
Let's do the maths. Actually, let's not. We'll look
Yeah,
like
but,
idiots. Well,
I don't-
70%.
I don't know math well enough to.
You need to do what? 0.17 times 0.17 times 0.17, Andy. Do it in your head.
I even have a calculator and I'm not doing it.
I do like that. A little bit of all chat.
I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
it's necessary.
You know, and we have heard as well that it is allowed. You know,
Yeah,
a bit of banter. It adds to the flavour. And well, Chuan, he's going to be tasting his own grave in a minute. Oh no, JK Febby, unable to hit the stomp. All right, bottom lane. What's going on down here? Dubu. How? Rocket barrage up. I'm looking for Rev. Can he do this? Oh, Black Cannon would have been on in a couple of seconds if he'd had that. Forever would have been dead, but they'll take the Dubu kill. As Dubu came in with the charge and unable to finish off How. Oh, he wants revenge. The return of Dubu.
He's gonna get Ion Shell too when he walks by Forev, so he'll have the shell on
There
us.
we go. Pull in, Dubu. Ow! Flap your wings away, sir. Dubu.
He knows. He
pissed
knows.
off.
Oh, he cancels.
Oh, Dubu.
That train never stops.
He
You go all the way. I mean, of course, he doesn't have any vision on that side of the
I
map.
mean, he
so
probably would have died. Well,
He
maybe
couldn't-
not. He could have got out.
Yeah, I don't think he would have died necessarily, but it's very hard because Rocket Barrage deals a huge amount of DPS, and he did have some wand charges, so it's a scary proposition diving under the tower when TP reaction can be a thing. And as we talked about earlier, like the gyro, he just matches up so well this game because you can kill Darkseer. It's an insane amount of burst against that. You can pretty much go on anyone you want.
I'll see what Dubu charges for next. He's getting himself nice and deep. He's actually going to just soak up some of the XP from Moo's stat. There we go. Easy level 4, or potentially bringing himself very, very close to 4 at least. No, he wants to go for a fight. He's found Kaka. Febby with a 1-2 stomp. Kaka, can he get himself out of this? He's got a grave. Dubu not finding the bash he needs. Coyote is there with the stun onto Febby. MVP may have come in a little bit too far, and indeed they have. How with the Rocket Barrage to sort him out. Brings down Febby's Elder Titan. Guan, keeping eyes on the rest of MVP. QO and Dubu nearly coming in deep into the jungle. But as expected, this game, coming up to the 6-minute mark, 3 for 2. It's a bit of a crazy combination of plays across the map and a lot of fighting. Understandable with the heroes that both teams have selected.
Okay, Forev's like he's got the struggle right now, man. He's only level 4. I mean, you compare that to KP. KP's level 6. I mean, I guess Forev just did hit 5, so he's not like 2 levels behind. He's only like a level and a little bit behind him. And now with the Nyx having that fighting capability and Gyro having call down and level 4 Rocket Barrage, you better expect that Newbee are going to look for something.
See what the next play is. I mean, bottom MVP, they have got Dubu and Febby coming in to join forces with Forev, so maybe looking to give them a bit of a bump up if they can find some favourable action. But at the same time, KP's come across with a Vendetta, and he is of course going to look to essentially set something up to allow How to follow through with the cooldown. They get the stun onto Febby. How moving into range for Febby, the cooldown. Oh, it's going to be beautiful onto 3. MP's coming with the chrono though. They're looking for some return action. He's going to have another Rocket Barrage, and How, one more hit with the Black Cannon will do it to deny! The creeps working for MVP, killing MP off.
My.
QO, he's got a DD, is he gonna go in? Oh, QO, come on. It would take the creeps instead.
That's Satyr. That Satyr is definitely working for MVP. That was so close though. I'm not sure why KP ran away. He was 1 mana out from having stun. He could have just turned around and potentially hit like 2 or 3 heroes. Might have resulted in another kill because How had Rocket Barrage going during that time as well and a couple of stick charges, but I mean, I understand you're in like the high stress situation. You don't necessarily know if you're going to be able to get that extra stun out. But either way, Chrono a much longer cooldown than cooldown. So I'm thinking right now that Newbee are pretty happy with the exchange overall. It does also give a little bit more space to Moo, who he has like a little mini stack going over here, and he's just kind of doing his thing, hitting creeps.
I'll see if we can find anything. I mean, so far, he has been involved in both of the kills. He's died once, they're going to fight around this room. Boom, charged on immediately. QO jumps in as well. KP coming up with a Vendetta, stun onto Dubu and Forev. QO trying to get himself out. Move saved, he gets the chance for the Chemical Rage out. Forev actually takes it down with a final punch, but now How? With the cooldown, Dubu, he's going to get clobbered in the face by the Ogre, and How chasing for more. The vacuum not going to clip him. How jukes it out. Can't chase for anything else there. It's just for the 1-for-1. They lose the life of the Spirit Breaker, but they take down Moo on the Alchemist, a trade that MVP will be good with.
Looks like that Mick guy is giving MVP some problems again.
Good old Mick. Yep, Mick prob again. That's alright, don't apologise for Mick, he's a bit of a douche.
Yeah, we talked to him about this, but can't control people, Owen. People are going to be who they want to be.
Absolutely not.
But the state of the game right now, MVP, I mean, clearly they're trying to force some issues. They want to make sure that the Alchemist isn't just getting free farm. And to be honest, it's a good sign for MVP that the Alch isn't the top of the net worth. That just goes to show that they've been doing the right things. You know, they had Febby sitting mid for quite a while with QO and just making sure that he wasn't getting his free farm. But I'm kind of feeling like they're doing enough for the time being. At some point, I think they're going to have to worry about like getting towers and whatnot. But for now, they can just scrap.
Well, I'll steal the bashes. Dubu. He's not going to try his luck today. He's on his own as well. Doesn't want to mess around with Howers. Indeed, How. He's got the cooldown back again. And he'll very happily hit back at an advancing Spirit Breaker. Especially post-charge. Moo. And he continues to keep it safe, working towards the armlet. Q, of course, with this is going to get a bit of space in the mid lane. As we can see, the net worth very, very close. Pretty much neck and neck across the border and across the rolls. Both offlaners very, very similar farm, and the mid laners and the safe laners, the story's the same. So still early days, understandably, but both teams in good positions. No one falling behind. KP looking to change that story. Bit of offlane versus offlane action potentially kicking off, but for Rev, realizes that something's up, and he'll back up with Dubu.
Oh, did they mean to do that? I guess they did, yeah. They just dropped 2 wards like relatively close to. Okay, that sentry actually gets them both.
Dang.
That is freaking value. Wait, did they not see the other word? Oh, sorry about that, Owen. I think I
sorry,
just
you
made
distracted me.
I distracted you. I'm sorry.
It's my fault. Indeed, bottom lane they were able to get a kill, mid lane. As you said, we were looking at this nice little warding. There's a ping out. That sentry does capture, yeah.
They had 2 wards in the same sentry range, and they were both just placed. That is actually really, really not great. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we place sentries instead of observer wards to block ancients.
MP is starting to get a bit of space up top. As Newbee haven't really sent anyone up here to slow this man down. He's by no means miles ahead, but Bebby, hello. I mean, you don't want to put a ward to block the Ancients. I mean, do you really want to put a hero either? Bebby. He was nominated for the cause.
Dude, walking it off.
Yeah, he's charging in on Tagako now with the cooldown. How? Dubu, MP jumps in. And gets the chrono onto Dazzle, making sure that there's no grave available. And MVP. The Febby bait worked all along.
They're all here.
Febby. He thought he was a ward, but he was the master baiter. And MVP has managed to follow through perfectly. KP now coming out with the stun onto Dubu. Moo. Looking to pick this up, but Moo. Can he armor toggle his way out of this one? He could not, and 4 dead on Newbee.
He got time dilated so his ult didn't come off cooldown. Oh my god. Oh man, that was
4 dead.
That was a disaster.
Whoa.
I think that KP was trying to go for the big stun, but he only ended up hitting 1 hero. I think MVP were actually standing so close together that he could have potentially landed like a 4-man impale, but he went for the Vendetta hit instead of going for the stun, which in turn might have actually been the wrong play given the situation, but again, it's hard to say. I don't know if even fighting that in the first place made sense for Newbee after the first 2 heroes died, but they wanted to contest. They want to protect their ancients.
Oh, they don't do Roshan now, do they?
I mean, yeah, they do.
Oh boy!
They
Hey, he's going for it here. MVP into the pit. Newbee, they've scanned it out though. They know what's going down, and they have a good team to fight around it. Smoked up as well. Newbee are going to be hot on the case of MVP.
This is going to be real bad.
Oh boy! If they hit a cooldown and a KP stun, this could be beautiful. See if KP hits the Ravage. He's coming in. Oh, he's just going to go for Dubu. Tron now walks through. The cooldown onto the Spirit Breaker. Will get 1, but the rest of MVP are already getting themselves out of there. They'll save themselves. Roshan is already down to less than half health, so Newbee will move in and try and take it.
They have no chrono either. 30 seconds.
See what they do here. MVP. They go for some sort of play. They certainly don't want to let Newbee get away with this one. And as we can see, I mean, Newbee themselves, they don't really have the damage to do this insanely quick. They've got an acid spray to help out a little bit. But at the same time, Dubu is going to be back on the pitch. 5 heroes up on the side of MVP. Again, falling low. Who's going to kick this one off?
Chrono's up again.
Who are we looking for to start this? MP indeed could be the one. Men across, looking for a potential jump. Still very timid about initiating here. MVP trying to get themselves up on the high ground, but at the same time, Newbee there parallel as well. Hey, people have Vendetta in a few seconds. Maybe he can use that to start something. And he will indeed. Coming down, the Chrono's going to be dropped. Doesn't catch anyone. Oh no! A KP! Just a free range going immediately onto QO. MP jumps in with the time dilation. Wall's there as well. But now how? With the corner on to 4! MP! Getting blown up quickly, but they've already lost KP. The bash. Dubu, MP, they're fighting back MP. Time walks off all the damage and now chasing for more. If they can get anything, Moo. Heading to the left. Looks like the rest of Newbee will escape, but MVP take the fight successfully. The Chrono was all part of the plan.
How did they win that fight? The Chrono hit nothing. What's happening? How do you get a 4-man call down when the enemy team misses Chrono and lose?
Let's see if he can bash. There's the bash. There's the bash. Not enough though. You need another. Oh, MP. Getting surged up. Isn't going to go for that. Moo's got an invis rune. It's just spotting this all out. They'll have Hal back up in a second.
A lot of this, I think, has to do with the fact that the Alchemist just doesn't have up nearly enough farm right now. Like, he only has Armlet and 1500 gold. That, like, on Alchemist standards, that is freaking poor. Like, that is unbelievably poor. And the fact that he doesn't have any unstable concoction means that when he goes into a team fight, he's basically just walking around and trying to auto-attack people for mediocre amounts of damage. Acid Spray is alright, but you kind of have to make the enemy fight an Acid Spray for it to be useful, and that fight was way too spread apart.
I'm going to chase this. I mean, KP's got Vendetta.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
They can't get that. It's too far.
They were thinking about it.
He might. They're anticipating he might farm. Yeah, he's gonna walk into the jungle.
Oh, surprise! Oh, here we go. Newbee jumping in onto MP. Time Walk, though, is a good spell. Very good spell.
Let's go back in, boys.
Absolutely. Come back in onto Hal. Thought you could cool down on me. I'll cool down maybe. Hal. Oh, QO with the crit with the dash. At the same time, Dubu. This isn't your half of the map, son.
That was kind of a misplay there from MP, but it still ended up working out. Like, he walked into the Aerocopter when the Air Splitter came out and woke him up.
I think Newbee came across, he was trying to kill Moo by the looks of it, but Moo managed to get himself denied to the Ancients. That's what Newbee was doing
And
there.
he died again? My god, this is... When an Alchemist is being surpassed by somebody in net worth, that's a bad sign.
Oh, Dubu trying to come in with the choo-choo. It's going to be stopped by the Spike Carapace. Hey! Removed immediately the Chrono. This time it's going to be absolutely on point. MP hitting 2 KP. Iron Shell down the vacuum. Tron's now going to be the focus as QO jumps in, looking for the crits. Blood everywhere as Tron is shredded to pieces. Limbs all across the floor. And this is certainly not China-rated violence.
I don't even know if they can air this in China right now.
Absolutely not.
That was a very unfortunate series of events. This Alch's 1 and 5. Wow. 1 and 5. Still yet to finish the Radiant. 16 minutes.
Oh, he might be 1 and 6.
I don't know if he's gonna die. I think they're gonna go for the towers. I think they care more about that and Roshan, I think, right now than getting more kills, because the Deso's done now on QO.
Damn, 16 minutes in.
Yeah, so he's got Deso and Aquila with the phase. He's gonna be able to siege quite a bit faster, and like, if he crits after it jumps on somebody, they're just a goner.
Oh, tower push coming in on the tier 2 bottom. How? Where's he at? There's he at. Dragon Lance. And a Belvin skin. Oh, he's got to show them only. He is falling behind. The How Gyro. Can he make it happen? He obviously made the Spectre work earlier, one of the new heroes that he brought into the group stages. Still waiting to see if he can do it on the Gyro. At the moment, it's not looking too good as MVP. They're taking control of this game. 13 for 9, 17.5 minutes in, and it's time to push on for the tier 3 potentially. They've got the jump potential. FP. No Chrono for 20 seconds. Back is the back of Tron, forcing him back. The Spirit as well, ready for the stomp. That's just going to hold them back here. Kuro, got to be a little careful as the weave is laid down. The back of the wall onto 2KP. Evaporates. MVP removing the Nyx Assassin from the defense. How? Look at the cooldown. Clips onto the MP, but immediately just time walks it off once again. And now Chronosphere is back online. MVP also wait. The weave's also come off as well, so they're in a great position to move up. And now Duo jumping in onto Tron. There's MP with the two-man chrono. Tron backed up as well. The control is perfect. The Earth Spinner, it's even better. 2 dead now. Newbee's Kaka. Oh, he's in trouble. There's no shallow grave that will save you, son. As a 4th death on Newbee. MVP doing it in style here in game 2. They'll look to finish off the racks on the bottom lane. Forever with the TP taunt. Why not? You've just got yourself a set of racks at 18 minutes in, you can do whatever the hell you want.
I think MVP showed this game that they do not care about alchemists. They just crushed this game. Just so much aggressive potential on their heroes. Like PA can chase forever, the Spirit Breaker can chase, the Darkseer can chase. You know, Void has low cooldown chase potential as well. You're just always running at the enemy team. This is like the most MVP-esque draft I've seen so far. They just want to run at you.
Radiant's middle tower.
Look at this PA cute one. Nearly with a BKB at 19 minutes in on top of the Desolator. 7, 1, and 9 involved in 16 of the 17 kills of his team. This has been one of the best PA performances we've seen in competitive in recent days at least. This is some crazy, crazy stuff from Q and the boys. Radiance is now done on out, but as you said, is it just too late? Newbee, they are going to smoke up towards the top lane. Let's see what they can do. They need a perfect way to start this off. The tier 1's already gone. MVP, they're going to continue to push, but the sentry is down. So KP's got to watch his positioning. Becomes under range, but they call down. Looking for Forev, the two-man stun. Forev getting brought down. The 5 blast onto Femi. Hal takes 2. And now eyes towards Kyo. He'll jump back towards MP. MP jumps away from Kyo. Says, son, you're on your own. Kyo tries to slow down the proceeds with the dagger, but Newbee, they'll be quick to chase Tron with the fire blast. And Newbee, they want to kill this PA. Anyone for Kyo to jump to? Yes. Tag teams onto MP. Looks to KP. KP hits the stun onto MP. Dubu, he's going to be coming across another crit from Kyo. He does it. They just can't kill him. And now Dubu with another strike onto Hal. Kyo jumps in. Tron's still there with the backup. Down the chrono from MP onto 3. Kyo comes back in, takes down Hal. The crit's onto Tron. He's got to get himself out. Dubu with a juju straight across move. Backed up. They've got to get out. Kyo jumps over to MP. Gotcha onto Dubu. Trying to TP himself out of there. He's not going to be cancelled, but Kaka's is. The Earthspringer from Femi. They caught themselves a dazzle. Ultra kill for Duo. Last year, we saw him kill friends and families. This time he's killed the whole down country.
My god, dude. They play so well. The whole kite that they did, and KP was the only one who was going up on the top side of the river, realizing that the blink strike from the PA was going to come out at some point. But the problem is he baited them so long that they couldn't catch up after the blink in.
There's pings. I know that the train's inbound.
He can't go by himself.
Yep. Not doing that. KP, sneaky. He's ready to get solid snake on the ass of Dubu, but Dubu, he knows it's up and the sentry's down. Vendetta isn't going to work like that, son. MVP, we ain't wants to mess around, we buy detection here. This is TI. Let's have some more detection, absolutely. Let's have some more. Febby. Oh, Febby, just stop it. These wards are blowing me up. Oh, and Newbee nearly getting blown up themselves. The initiation from Forev was there. Kyo wants to BKB. He's going to look for Hal first. MP cracking up. Forev as well on the retreat. Looking for move forward, move. At the same time, Kyo's already killing people on the back. Double kill, triple kill. Let's make it another ultra kill. Kyo looking for move. GG, well played. It's already called. It's another ultra kill for Kyo. MVP. Oh, KP.
MVP Phoenix. Victory.
Wow.
Well then.
What a game 2. What a game 2 indeed.
That was impressive from MVP.
MVP.
The thing about this game is the only real person on the team who does a lot of damage is the Gyro. He's the main damage dealer, right? And then Moo kind of needs items in order to be able to deal damage, but we saw what happened to him in the laning phase. He got triple bashed. He got killed 5 times in the first